it's on the parcel with everything, with the storage lockers and everything. So we're gonna have storage lockers over here, event venue here, and all we're looking to do. And the county, Matt up at the county, we talked to him first. He didn't seem to have a problem with it. Made sense. Told us what we had to do. We start here, or actually we started there. They sent it to you. We're just looking at just squaring it off like the map shows.
Makes sense. Well, what good this building too, isn't it?
So I was looking at the parcels, I guess. Where do they stand with the 3 lots to the south of this? Does it look like they were on there, but they didn't have?
What it is, it's the 19th. It goes with the village on extraterritorial for the Wayne Village.
So they show as flat.
Correct, exactly. Yes.
And then it goes to them again?
And then it just gets filed.
Oh, okay. No change in zoning?
I was not told of anything. Matt just says all we got to do is just basically create another tax bill. Right now we have one tax bill on all the buildings. So what we're doing is he says we're just going to basically square it off and create its own tax bill.
I should have phrased that better for you. The existing use of the parcel doesn't require, after this,
Matt did not say no. I mean, he did not tell me that, and like I say, I mean, he knows exactly what we're doing. And he said, yeah, no problem, have it surveyed, have a preliminary survey done, and get the map to him, and then we'll get it to here. Did not talk about any zoning change needed or anything like that. It was just a matter of creating a new tax.
assuming because either like the event venue or the storage lockers are less intense use than a coal power plant type of thing because it's industrial zone, that it would still fall within, like, the current uses, regardless of what they are still less intense than.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so if it, just what I'm getting at is that like an event venue isn't forward facing commercial versus commercial storage or whatever.
right, no, I mean, like I say, it's, as we all know, it's all industrial. And industrial means pretty much, they say the word zone, but it's not being used that way. So. And by doing it around the buildings and around to the south, it goes over the berm. You see it go, over the berm, and that's to encompass the septic system that was put in the new building. So all the offsets, setbacks, and everything make it illegal. We're not, by doing this, we're not making it a non-conforming lot by having a lot line too close to a building. Everything, John Kennard did a survey, and everything is according to meet as if we were putting a new building on that lot right in this place. So it meets all the setbacks, side, rear, everything. It meets all of that.
The property line is on the east side of the shading berm.
That's correct. Yes, because the septic field is on the other side, because the tanks are behind the building. And then we have a pump tank that takes it up to the field where everything's bermed, and that is right on the other side of the berm, and that's where the field is. And that's why when you look at the map, it's showing on that side.
That doesn't, I mean, the flat area to the rear of the existing building, where you got it all off, that would,
Yes.
like the improving the CSM wouldn't affect
No.
access, any of that,
No.
it would just become.
Correct. Because that, the back behind the building up there that we've already got graded off for future, that does not affect this on future buildings up there for setbacks or anything like that. It's just basically the existing lot, or the storage lot, is gonna go right around the event venue.
The one east-west building that you got back there. AC, perpendicular to H.
Yes.
At some point, if you do more lockers.
There's a
just
path.
go between.
There's a path right now. If you look at that building that you see the 4 garage doors that you're talking about, that building's perpendicular, that's a 60 by 200. You go that perpendicular to the road. If you look really close to the right of that building, there's already a ramp, driveway, access, the pad up on top, that's already graded and staked out for 4 more buildings.
That access is where you would continue.
That's correct.
The existing parcel.
That's correct.
I've seen that. Anything else? I'll make a motion that we allow a request from John and Michelle Marion Trust for land division to create a 3.2 acre parcel of existing I-zone located at N252/N254 County Road H, tax parcel 024-0516-3342-001.
Second, because I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
Zooming out and looking at this like Mr. Prado's, I'm assuming you're planning on using the existing driveway apron off of H to access the event venue, and the one to the north of it would be.
The one to the north of it, that everybody comes in and out pretty much for the storage units, that'll be for the storage units. And the one that is directly in front of the event venue, that when you go by, you kind of see some decay and stuff like that. Both of them had new culverts put in, but that's where the existing one, there's actually 2 there that were like really close together when we burned the house down. But that is going to be the entrance for the event venue. There's going to be an island there with signage and things in the front, so there'll be a going in and a going out, and that will kind of deter semis from wanting to pull in there because of my exact and wrecking a brand new blacktop parking lot that we're putting in a month. So
And I have seen that too. It's like they're all just waiting for.
we have that problem up here in the village. They go into one end and they go out the other end, and they tear up the grass and big, so it'll deter turnarounds for the semis. When they're going down H and they figure they're in the wrong direction.
That was it. Thanks.
You seconded it, right?
Yes.
No more discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained. Motion carried. Old business discussion regarding proposed airport hangar leases and possible approval of the leases. Now, statement to make on this. This has been here too many times. It's trying to put it to bed. I'm just saying. I brought some information. I don't know if Michelle gave you last time you guys asked about some of the rates were going to be for the T hangers. Okay? I brought that along. I brought the updated. In other words, you've seen the new leases for the T hangers and the land leases. There was a change made on the storage leases, the old and the new, instead of a monthly charge, making an annual charge. That's been done. Jonathan did that.
That was what Lou had emailed us about a week or.
Well, he emailed,
Yeah,
he
no, I'm
emailed
gonna
me.
change the annual.
Yeah, but I had Jonathan change it, it was just a simple thing that instead of monthly, which would be a terrible hassle for the airport manager. He wanted an annual, at least semi-annual. Jonathan changed that and made it annual. And after going over everything myself, and with that change, I think everything's in order.
So current leaseholders, these would be the forward-looking rates until the lease expires, and new renters, and for the new hangars, these are the rates when they sign up. When a lease expires, they go over to the new rent rates.
Correct.
Okay, is there anything that says every X number of years it has to be
It's every 2 years.
market survey to see that we're remaining competitive with other airports?
Well, that was discussed with the airport commission. The airport commission said every year, every January, wasn't it? You're gonna relook at, we were gonna relook
We're
at,
gonna take a look at rates.
on the first meeting in January, yes.
First meeting.
Right. And decide if we need to make an increase or not, correct?
So this says 28 and beyond are rough guidelines only. So does that mean 25, 26 and 27, though, these are what the firm rates are gonna be?
At this point, correct, Al? The firm rates are here for 25, 6, and 7.
But that kind of counters what you just said about every year or two you're gonna.
Well, what we're gonna do is review them, okay? Because you can't count on 100% occupancy.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have somebody sign a lease, for a couple of years, that's what it's gonna be at present, okay? But then and the reason for renewing it.
Yeah, I understand if somebody's on a signed lease.
Right.
We have to maintain that.
Exactly.
But I'm talking,
But the reason for renewing is, or reviewing the thing in January, is in case there's a change. In other words, somebody decides they don't want the lease anymore,
I get it.
moves out, then we can bump that number up if we need.
I get it. And my point being, looks like you're locked in for rates through 27, which counters you're saying you review it every year. If the 28 and beyond a rough guideline only was for 27, then I could, and beyond, then I would agree with that. You understand what I'm saying? It's probably not a make or break question, it's just that you might want to align your comment on doing markets, how often you're gonna do market surveys with what you put on the document, unless this is your document.
No, it was done by Lou, well, by the board, the airport commission, I should say. And they came up with these rates because correct me if I'm saying this wrong, if I decided to lease April 1st, I'd be a new renter, April 1st, and I'm gonna be paying $175 a month. Okay, but it's a 2-year lease. So next year, when it hits 26, I'll be going up to 180. But it's a 2-year lease, so I would be into 27. So I'd also be paying at that time 185, correct? So just trying to double check here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how this works.
But that's not my question.
Okay, the commission is going to get together every January and review the leases or for any new and future occupants, but we have to stay on the schedule right now as it is, but that could be changed.
Well, I get everything you're saying. What I'm saying is if they're gonna review every January, market competitive survey, and potentially adjust this, then wouldn't everything for new renters 27 and beyond be rough guideline only and not starting in 28?
That would be correct.
it's a 3 year.
2 years.
It's technically, well, it eclipses potentially 3
Yeah.
years.
Into 3 different calendar years,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
That's what I say, but
So all I'm saying is this comment here should be moved up 1 year and changed to 27. That's all I'm saying. Based on the way it was explained.
And really, it's the new renters only.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, that's, it's a
I
minor
agree
issue.
with yes, right.
So I'm looking for clarification, because it says airport hangar leases and possible approval of leases. We've got the T hangar information at the moment. Lou had sent over ground leases and I'll call them regular hangar leases. I don't know what they're technically called, but is it all of them?
Well,
Because I only saw mods from the attorney on the T hangar lease piece and the storage area. But
well, I believe I saw all of them, and he changed the wording, because Rob picked up some errors. Remember last month, he picked up a couple of errors, and we got those changed, and so on and so forth. Correct? Yeah, what, the things I printed off here were just from what was corrected on the storage area for the old T hangar that's out there, and the one that's invisible right now.
it's invisible or not constructible?
Oh, not constructed, it's invisible, it's cloaked, I don't know. So.
Why is the leasing, I'm sorry,
I'm talking about, sorry.
okay. Why is, based on, we're talking about these 2 contracts right now, right?
Right, I'm sure.
This
These
con-
are just a storage.
This comment read that says leasee may terminate this lease by providing the leaseor with no less than 30 days prior written notice, effective on the first day of the following, but the leaseor can terminate anytime for cause, but not limited to, so the commission can terminate for cause, but no other reason. Why is the leasee allowed to terminate with 30 days notice without any sort of penalty for early termination? Seems like that puts the commission and the airport in a negative position when it comes to, could sit there for 6 months to a year empty and not getting any income from it when they sign a lease. So wouldn't there be some sort of penalty for early termination? They could terminate early with 30 days notice, but isn't there any sort of penalty for doing that?
Well, I bet that when your attorney didn't think so. Because this was
Thanks
sent
for
out to
turning
your
around on
attorney.
me.
It went to our attorney, according to.
I think we need to get with Jonathan on this, that's just my opinion. I mean, that seems like it's a very,
Well, I will tell you that the commission, we talked about this at the commission meeting, and that's what we came up with, was a 30-day notice. And I think the old contracts have that same wording in them, don't they? I can't remember for
Yes.
sure. But it's been that way for what, how long? 30 years?
Since they were built.
okay, that doesn't make it right.
I understand.
Okay, so if in the contract, the commission can only terminate, airport commission can only terminate for cause, in other words, the leasee did something wrong. But the leasee can sign a 2-year lease and 3 months into it, give you 30 days notice, you potentially lost a year and 8 months of rent on it if you can't rent it right away, or however amount of time it takes, and you're not on the hook for anything. Seems like that's a lose-lose for the airport commission.
What's the feel on that, Jeff? You got people wanting these T hangers?
this point, we don't have a waiting list, because I want to make sure that we actually have units available.
Well,
But I don't think that's non-standard to hold the people for their entire 2 years.
You sign a contract and you don't think it's normal to want them to honor their contract? Is that what you're saying? I totally 100% disagree with that statement.
Or at least give them a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want us to be unreasonable. If somebody needs to get out for a specific reason, that's fine. But then they have to have some sort of penalty for, what that penalty is not the subject of my comment here. That would have to be figured out, okay? Or come to some agreement with the commission that's negotiated. I just don't think it's in the best interest of the airport commission to just let somebody out of a lease and not have it readily available. Now, if you've got somebody waiting, and you work it out with both parties, and they step in and the commission isn't hurt at all financially by this, then fine. But that's a negotiated settlement, as opposed to just putting it in that 30 days notice is all I need, and there's no penalty.
If we change the 30 to 60 or 90,
Makes no difference to me if there's no, to me, I mean, you guys have two opinions, might be different than mine. But, I believe, you sign a lease for an apartment. They're not gonna just let you walk out without losing your first and last and whatever else. So I don't know why this would be any different.
Josh,
I think you've got a point. I mean, if the commission was provided with 90 days notice, or 60, whatever, then at least you'd have 2 months to figure out what to do with who's on there, but.
And it could be written that if another tenant is found and available, then there's no penalty. Okay? It can be written any way you want it to be written to satisfy that, but just to have it written as it is without any sort of no penalty or any recourse. This is what I was looking for the airport commission on recouping those funds. To me, I think is a little.
Well, what kind of wording would you like to have in there?
I think, to your prior comment, I think we have to go back to our attorney for that. Personally, me, negotiating a contract, I'd wanna come up with a fair, well, they have to pay their monthly fee if they wanna, and it could be a sliding scale. If they cancel within the first quarter of the lease, so that'd be 6 months, it's a 2-year lease. This is what they'd have, how many months they'd have to pay. Halfway through, 3/4 of the way through, it could be a sliding scale like that. That's all stuff between the lawyers and the airport commission that we figured out. Like I said, I'm not necessarily saying what that penalty should be, but the way it's written right here, the airport commission could be out hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Well, you have all the land leases for all the hangars out there. They have probably 25-year leases. I mean, you're not gonna hold them responsible for 25 years worth of lease payments, are you?
Well, then don't make them for 25 years.
Well,
Why wouldn't, and they would be responsible for 25 years as soon as you rented it to somebody else.
no, I mean, if they sold their hangar, the lease is void.
Right.
But you're not gonna hold somebody to 25 years worth of lease payments for leasing that parcel of land, are you?
Well, so somebody with a 25-year land lease on it, at 10 years in, they want a 30-day notice and get out of it. So they'd have 15 years. I would hope we wouldn't have to charge them 15 years of rent, that you would find somebody, either person, the leasee, or working with the commission could find somebody, and they only have to cover the gap.
Well, I think we're kind of comparing apples and oranges.
That's kind of what I was thinking when you brought up the
Because you have-
25-year leases.
You've got a guy that's got an investment,
Yeah.
his chances of walking away And if he wants to do that, we'll be more than happy to take it over.
Exactly, because then you could update it to the
Right.
current rates. What I'm talking about is, I don't care what kind of contract it is. If you've got a contract that's worded such that the leasee is at a significant advantage and the leaseor is at a negative advantage when it comes financially to rents and things like that, that's a problem.
Well, if we put something in there that said, can terminate on 30 days, that could be penalized up to 3 months, 90 days.
Certainly an option, I think that's, depending on what your backlog is for, like Jeff said, there's no waiting list right now for them.
No, but at the same time, we don't have any vacancies either.
Okay,
You know,
I don't think that,
And I dealt with.
I don't think any of that is pertinent to my point here.
I understand what you're saying.
John, if you don't mind, can I ask you a question? In your leases for your storage lockers, do you have early termination fees?
On the storage lockers, it's month to month, 30 days notice. If somebody doesn't give their notice, we have security deposit, and we keep the security deposit if we fail to rent it. Because of waiting lists, probably the majority of the times that happens, you know, would you say the majority of the time it happens, we're able to re-rent it and prorate and give the person their rent back.
Sure, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I have no problem with
That's
that.
what I'm talking
You are exactly right as far as, you know, 1 month notice, but yet 2 years, and your sliding scale, you know, or something like that would be appropriate, but, you know, that you had 2 issues before when you're talking about the ones that, you know, you're talking about renting a hangar versus somebody who, like, Al said, when you have an investment there,
Yeah.
the likely, you know, they're not gonna back out because you can just seize the
And I
property.
agree with that, absolutely.
It's make the main thing, it's the other one.
Why not consider doing it for 6 months or until it is re-rented, whichever comes first? And now they have a commitment and they're gonna be more apt to try and look for somebody else to take over their rent.
That's
It
an
gives
option.
them an incentive to do it.
Option as well, like I
That
said.
could be 6, could be 5, could be 3, but
And
6 months would get my attention.
anything the commission would come up with is gonna be better than what this is here. I apologize, but it's gonna be better than what this is here, it's just open-ended.
The other thing you might wanna consider is, you said, whole year they have to pay instead of a monthly. Then you've got that money, and then you're in control, the commission is in control of what they're going to give back, at least you don't have to.
Well, that's another very good point. There has to be language around that too, because if 3 months into a 2-year and they paid the year in advance, they're probably gonna ask for money back.
Mhm.
You have to have language from the lawyers around how that works.
Okay, let me interject something here. If you look at the second page, it says per year. So if I'm writing this, these 2 are for the storage, new that isn't invisible in the code, and the one that exists, it says, for the calendar year of 25, say 2025, so much per year, but if I rented it April 1st, what is that, 3 months off, that'd be 9 months. I would have to make a check out to the airport, right, Jeff, Al? For 9 months, you've got that money, but 3 months down the road, I decide to give up the storage locker. So you still have that money until you get it rented out.
I guess we don't operate on a calendar year, we would operate. I mean, if you're signing up for a lease,
It's 12
It's a
months
lease year.
from wherever it starts.
That's what you, so you can use some of the 25 and the 26, figure that out. But still 12 months, they collected 12 months premium. I call it premium, okay, in my business, but 12 months. And, you know, if I left 6 months into it, they hold on to the money until it's rented out again.
And if, this will have to go back through the commission.
And
So
to the
why
lawyers,
don't
I agree with your
is
comment.
that the only issue you find with that?
that was the first one that jumped out. I don't think I have necessarily any other ones. That's me. I don't know if Josh or Frank.
But if there's other issues, let's get them taken care of, so we're done with it.
I would agree. Let's go back to the attorney one time.
You mentioned reciprocity for cancellation terms too earlier.
Say again?
Reciprocity, if they can cancel within 30 days, but you can't with 30-day notice, you mentioned about reciprocity and cancellation terms.
Yeah, well, this states, and I'm okay with what it says about the commission being able to cancel it for cause. I mean, if I'm a renter or VC, I don't want them, can't be able to pull it out from under my rug just because somebody's friend wanted it. For cause, absolutely, so I'm okay with that side of it. But yeah, I did mention that earlier. But it's just, I'm not gonna repeat what I said.
What if we made this 90 days?
It's not the length of time, for it, it's the fact that.
Let's just
there's
take it
no-
back to the commission.
Yeah.
Add the words that Rob would like to see in there
Let's
for
have Jonathan
guarantees,
review it.
and
And
pop
Derek
it back.
says-
You guys read it over, and then hopefully we'll have it done.
Okay, you're gonna communicate with him, make sure Jonathan.
I'd be glad to work with Al and Jonathan, and they want their attorney to be involved as well, to get the wording rewritten.
Absolutely. I'll make the motion that we table item 5 until the next board meeting, board meeting, which I believe is April 14th. After the airport commission meets, right, Al? Airport commission meets between now and then, and, discussion between our attorney, Rob, Lou and Al to get these, the wording probably down.
When's the commission meeting?
We haven't set one yet because of the counting this.
Oh, so it's not necessarily between now and April 14th.
It's good.
It's gonna, we'll try to get with Jonathan and stuff and see if we can.
Yeah,
We'll get it ready for that meeting. He still has to come back to us, but at least.
That's why we kind of put the commission meeting off, because it was about this, and
This particular
Otherwise-
issue should be easy to fix.
Yes.
should be very easy.
I made a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
We haven't set it.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried to table till next meeting. I didn't win on that one.
So that would be for the T hangar lease and storage area lease, because they probably have the same.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, well,
Discussion and possible action regarding surveying of airport hangar lots, costs associated with surveying and final direction on billing for real property tax, for hangars, and or the surveying costs. Now, I'm gonna start this one out. I did go to,
Franken, there was like 4 leases in there, there's the hangar area, there's the storage.
we'll have to look at them, anyone that contains that language. we have to look
Well,
at.
the land area lease,
That's the land area, that's the 25-year ones. I mean, I'd still like to see what it says, but I don't think we.
okay.
we wanna keep them bundled together then.
Put it this way, it doesn't hurt to review it. Not that we would do anything with that.
Unify the language.
Okay, I'm gonna start over on number 6, discussion and possible action regarding surveying of the airport hangar lots, costs associated with the surveying, and final direction on billing for real property taxes for the hangars and or the surveying costs. Okay. I went to a village board meeting and made the offer from the commission of $2,000, you know, that help pay. And, I will tell you that I'm a little disappointed in the communication problem there. We were notified back in January of this issue. And Tom Ball, after listening to them, I'll have to agree with him,